So these beautiful humans behind me, this is the class of 2026, which is fun. If you are new to us, we have several traditions that are really, really cool. For instance, the way we bring the new Sevies up, we get to kidnap you. That's a good time. But the way we always end their time in youth group, I call them farewell addresses. I want them, because most of them have been in the student ministry for 6 years. A lot of them have been in this church their entire lives. I want them to have the opportunity to share wisdom with you guys before they leave us. There'll be some funny stories as well, which is super fun. So, Macy, I'm going to give you a microphone. And I'm going to hand the other one down here to Colin. Actually, no, I'm going to hang on a microphone. We'll get you another microphone, but y'all just pass that one back and forth. But they're going to share several things with us. So, Lacey, we'll start with you. Lacey, tell us, what's your favorite worship song and why?
I'm Lacey.
That is good. Yeah, introduce yourself, because
Yeah.
some people don't know you. That's awesome. Good job.
My favorite is The Blood by Bethel Music and David Fromm.
Why? Yeah.
Kind of like the main chorus is like, I don't walk like I used to, I don't talk like I used to. And I wasn't the nicest person growing up, so I don't walk like I used to anymore, so.
Hi guys, I'm Noelle. My favorite worship song is Man on Fire by, where's the...
Hang on.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
It's on?
It's on. You just got to hold it closer to your face. There you go.
This close. Okay. My favorite worship song is The Man on Fire by Luke Bauer, because the lyric is, every scar is a lesson learned, oh how I need you, Lord, to keep me from the cold. Which is about becoming so transformed by Christ that your love for him outweighs your desires for your old ways of living.
You got it. Noelle, you gotta hold it right here. You were doing this. Yeah, so like right in front of your mouth.
Like this.
Like that. That's the one. Boom. Awesome. Good job.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm Noelle, and I know how to hold a microphone.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, my favorite worship song is Man on Fire by Luke Bauer. The lyric is, every scar is a lesson learned, oh how I need you, Lord, to keep me from the cold. And I like that song because it shows that you become so transformed by Christ that your love for him outweighs your desires for your old ways of living.
Good.
Hi y'all, I'm Sarah. My favorite song is A Firm Foundation because it's a good reminder that Christ will never fail me and he's my safety net and the rest of the world is broken and he will always not be.
Oh, hi. I'm Emma. My friends here actually wrote down notes and I did not. So I'm just
Okay.
kind of going off what I got in my brain right now, which isn't a lot. But my favorite worship song is Reckless Love. But specifically because of the line, chases me down, fights till I'm found, and leaves at 99, because I know that I have dealt with a lot of outside forces making me this is why I should have written notes. Yeah, that's my favorite.
Hi, my name is Katie, and my favorite worship song is also The Blood by Bethel Music. And my favorite lyric is, it's never been about performance, perfection, or striving for acceptance. And this just, to me, I'm just someone who expects perfection from myself and from other people. And I know that I shouldn't, but I just do. That's my nature. And so I think that it's so comforting to hear that it's only by the blood, and my value is found in Jesus and not in what I can do and in my own efforts. So I just really like that song.
Hello, I'm Kylie. My favorite worship song is Adonai by Chris Renzema. I literally have a bracelet from 3 years ago that I made with that word on it, because in Hebrew it means authority or of utmost power. And that song just consistently reminds me that no matter what, there's nothing that I can do that would be holy enough for him, yet he died for me anyway. There's the lines at the end where it says, Adonai, have mercy on me, and it kind of just says that over and over again, and I really love that message, just to remind myself that I need mercy and I still sin, but no matter what, there is a God of authority that is over me and helps provide for me.
My name is Jackson, and my favorite worship song is Eye of the Storm by Ryan Stevenson. I like that one because it reminds me that God is always in control, even when you don't think so. even when things are bad, even when bad things are happening to you and you feel like life is just tearing you apart. It reminds me that God is always my rock and is always in control.
All right, howdy y'all, I'm Anson. Most of you have seen my face, but that's just how it goes. All right, my song is, most of you might actually know this, mine is Revelation 19:1, which is a choir song. Dr. Garcia used to sing this sometimes when she would lead worship, and this just was probably like one of the few worship songs I actually sang out loud to, and it really would be nice to hear the song again sometime soon.
My name is Jonathan Powell. My favorite worship song is Champion by Bethel Music and Dante Brown. I think it's a really powerful song because it talks about how God is sovereign over all. The bridge towards the end of the song in particular, it goes, oh, yeah. Wait, no, I forgot. When I lift my voice and shout, every wall comes crashing down. I have the authority God has given me. And so when I feel surrounded at all sides by the enemy, and when I feel like I'm sinking under, I listen to the song, and it just reminds me that God has power over that.
Hi there, I'm Mac. I'm Jameson's brother, just so you know. And my favorite worship song is Rattle by Elevation Worship. And it's really a hype song. And it plays a lot as I'm driving home from work on the radio, and I like it because it really just walks through how there's been God's miraculous power just throughout all of the Bible and throughout like all of our lives as well.
Don't worry, Anderson. He's your brother too. Just showing a little love to Jameson right now. That's good. I appreciate it. I know where you're at, Mac. That's good.
Well, there we go. I'm Eli. I'm Everett and Grace's brother. My favorite worship song is Even If by Mercy Me. I love how it talks about all the different struggles in life, and then the chorus says, talks about how God is able to save us in the midst of those struggles, but our hope isn't that. Our hope isn't in Him saving us. Our hope is in that even if He allows us to walk through those struggles, He's going to bring us out better on the other side. And that those struggles aren't just going to go away, but our reward is greater in heaven. So.
I'm Ryan. My answer to this question changes quite often, but right now it's Elohim by Bethel, partially because I was jamming out to it in the car on the way here, but also there's a line in it, and it says, anyone with eyes can see the mountains, but anyone with faith can see those move. And I also just love how it describes God as so constant and just never changing throughout everything.
Hi, I'm Colin. My favorite worship song is This Is How I Thank the Lord by Mosaic Music. I just really like the melody. I like the piano in it, and then it's just good being able to worship Him and thank Him through every season just because of how good He is.
Very, very cool. All right, we get to go in reverse order. I want to know, what is your funniest youth group memory?
So funny, I got two quick ones.
Cool.
The first one is also a lesson for the Sevies as well.
Those are the best funny stories. So good.
But this will also make TJ a little upset.
It's okay.
So for like 4 years, I never signed up for the Remind. And so
I know.
Yeah. Just wait. And then the week I joined the Remind, he shut it down. And so then we moved over to Glue, and I was just like, oh, I'm a rebel, and I just never joined.
He texted me for hey, what are we doing this week?
Yeah. So Jackson was my Remind, but I signed up today, TJ.
Hey, there it is right there. That's good. Good.
So y'all should probably join the Glue. But then my actual favorite story, which I was coming in today, is I love the youth lunches over the summer, and I'm a big pizza guy. And so as soon as I was told we were going to CC's, I was there. And then he always has a challenge, if you want to pick the next lunch, you gotta eat the most pizza, blah, blah, blah. Me and Jackson, he's got a big stomach too, so we like to eat. And so we had, I don't know, maybe 20 pieces of pizza, all the cinnamon rolls, all that. But everybody was still there. I was like, this is my restroom time. I gotta go. And so I leave the door, and Jackson's like, I'm right behind you. I can't hold it. I'm 5 steps into my car, and then he calls me. He's like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not gonna... Okay, I called him saying I wasn't going to make it. And so, I don't know, just those youth lunches at Pizza, it's rough. So before you go to those youth lunches, know what you're getting into. But yeah, that's my funniest, calling Jackson on the way home, because I couldn't take it. But yeah.
In case you're wondering, how close are these seniors? Like, are they really tight? They talk to each other about their bathroom trips. That's how close they are. That's good.
Can't bring that up. Okay, my story is from my second year of going to Seattle, which is funny because I have a lot of good stories from Seattle, some involving a scooter. So the dorms we're staying in, they have a window that overlook this street. It's like 10 o'clock at night. It's just dark outside. It's kind of creepy. Either way, the girls' room is like our common room. That's where we're meeting, like, all together. And in that room, the girls are looking out the window and they see some people by our van. And they're like, yo, this is sketchy. What are they doing next to our van? And so they tell the guys, they're like, can you go check it out? And so, of course, all the guys go down to check it out. TJ brings all of us, except for Sam. He was still in the shower. But we all go down. I think Kate went down too. Okay, yes. We all go down to the street, and we're like checking out the van. There's like nothing happening. I've never seen TJ's eyes light up quite like he did here. But he like turns around to us and he's like, let's prank the girls. And then just runs down the street and starts shouting, like screaming. And he's like, hey, come back here. There's no one there. When we walked down, there was this poor man walking his dog. And we just said, hey, what's up? And he just keeps walking. And probably a minute later, we start running. And we forgot about this man. And when I say he ran faster than his dog, he was gone. He left his dog behind. And we're just running after him. Hey, stop it. This whole time, by the way, Mac, he says it's because he didn't have shoes on. Mac stayed back and hid behind Kate because he thought there was someone out there. There wasn't. Whatever. But we're dying laughing about this. And I'm like, oh, that was the greatest thing you've ever done, TJ. We go back up. The next morning, we see the same man walking his dog on the other side of the street. And he's like, it just keeps walking. And that was it.
All right. My favorite or funniest youth group memory comes back 8th grade connection group. Was it 9th grade? I don't know. We had Gabe and Anthony. So we came up with this amazing business plan because we were trying to make money, right? We just started high school, needed something. We were going to take the free Bibles that like the churches will give out, and we're going to go take those and resell them to people, right? And it's not a whole long story, but I laugh about this every time I think about how awesome we thought this was going to be. It never happened. We did not do this. But yeah, we'd steal them back from them, like, and then give them back to the church. And we had a whole cycle going. Like it was going to be good if we kept up with it. But no, yeah, there you go.
All right, my story is also from Seattle on the same exact night that TJ and all the guys chased this man and his dog. So earlier that afternoon, all the guys had gone with TJ to there's a convenience store really close to the dorms, and we had bought 5 pints of ice cream for us to have in our dorms just to enjoy that night. And so we come back from chasing this man, we get back up to the dorm, all the ice cream is gone, and the girls had taken it and locked their room. And so we tell TJ, and some sort of change came over him. He goes up to the door, he says, you have 3 seconds to open the door before I'm coming in. Proceeds to count to 3. The girls didn't open the door. We're all freaking out. We're like, oh my gosh, TJ's about to kill half the youth group. Like, oh no. And so finally he goes in there. He was arguing with them at equal rights. I don't know, something or other. That's what I've heard. That's their side of the story. He got our ice cream back, so that's all that matters.
I'm particularly fond of this memory. I don't know if it's my funniest, but my first youth camp, I had not been to the church for very long, but we were inside of the cool room, and I think the ping pong table was taken, or maybe we were just bored, I'm not sure. But I picked up a Jenga block, and we took the foosball, probably as hard as a golf ball. Like, what if we just play around pickleball with this Jenga block and this foosball? And then 2 minutes go by, and it hits my finger, and my finger starts bleeding. I'm like, holy crap, this could take somebody out. So we're playing, and it's really fun. And then all of a sudden, I hear this door open, and then TJ walks in. I'm like, oh shoot. I was like, he's about to bust us. And then TJ pulls out his phone. He's like, this is awesome. And I was like, holy, okay. This youth group's gonna be fun. So.
Okay, so I don't really have fun youth group memories because I was not really present for most of the stuff that happened these days, or I didn't find it exactly funny. The one thing that I've been told, or one thing I was told frequent, that was actually at my house at a movie night, but I was not present because I was in my room. They're watching Hunger Games, last I heard, the last film. And then I come back later, but people were laughing, what happened? I hear Jackson scream at this one horse scene, and they actually recorded it. So I really watched the video, and I just hear, I don't know what it was, an actual girl scream, and the group just starts busting out laughing. But I was sad that I missed it. I missed a lot of good things, so.
My favorite memory is also from Seattle. We were having a little cookout with Wes at his house, and we're having a grand old time, eating lots of food, of course. And Sophie, the toddler, has a scooter, and I'm like, this could be a lot of fun. I take the scooter down this little driveway hill. I'm having a blast, right? And then Eli's like, dude, we should go down the Main Street hill.
As a joke, I was not 100%
I was like, sounds great. So this hill is probably a 30% incline. Most definitely should not have done this. So I'm trying it out. I'm like, this is fun. This could be doable. And Ryan's like, yo, what are y'all doing? And I was like, Ryan, you should do it. He's like, nah, that's stupid. I was like, no balls. And he did get on the scooter. Did not realize that the back wheel was a brake. So it's just going down this hill, not realizing there was a brake. Ends up falling down, scraping his knees, scraping his elbows, ripping up his brand new ETVU jacket, just absolutely eating it. And Wes and Eric were not thrilled with us. We got in a little bit of trouble, and TJ's like, what are y'all doing? And we're like, well, we did this. And he's like, just don't do that again. So we also made a group chat after that called Ryan's Pallbearers. A lot of stickers went through that one, so yeah, it was fun times.
My funniest was, are you watching the video of Ryan falling right now? Guys, they won't be able to see it.
There's video and photo evidence of
I
all these
edited
stories you're
it,
referring
it's,
to.
guys, it's a treat, okay? But my funniest memory, this probably isn't my funniest, but it's what I could think of, comes from freshman year kids camp. So first year counseling at kids camp. We're on the way back to the church, and I'm on the drama team. So I ride with Ranger John. So it's me, Ranger John's driving, in his brand new, pretty new car at this point. Ryan Malorn, Hayden, me, Sydney, and Brighton. Okay? So we're driving, and the back seat, actually, someone wasn't in that car. That's off numbers. Anyways, but back seat, all I know was Brighton, Sydney, and then me. And we're driving, we had just left Riverbend. We were maybe 10 minutes out. And a deer hits the side of John's car and then zooms the other way. And we all just freeze, and Brighton's like, ah! And we were like, what? What was that? Because it was just a loud burn. And then she was like, I don't know. And then John was like, a deer hit my car. So then we find the closest parking lot. We pull over into said parking lot. We all get out. Brighton's freaking out. Brighton calls Katrina, and she's like, Katrina, guess what just happened? And we're like, Brighton, why are you calling Katrina right now? This is not necessary. John's like, I'm calling Mary. John calls Mary, and he's like, there's blood on the side of my car. There's deer blood on the side of my car. And we're all looking around. Car's dented, whatever. And then Mary's like, is the deer hurt? Where's the deer? And John was like, we don't know. We lost the deer. Because the deer didn't go past, it kind of just hit and then boomerang back the other way. So the deer was gone. And then we had to drive home. We get back to the church. The vans come probably 20 minutes after. Everybody loads off and is like, guys, y'all got hit by a deer. Really? I had no idea we got hit by a deer. That's crazy. Thank you for informing me of the car I was in. No, but seriously, it was like funny just because Brighton literally, why did she call Katrina? I don't know. But all I know is Mary was way more worried about the deer than she was about the car.
Kylie, what's funny is that's exactly what Ranger John sounds like at the end of camp every year because his voice is so sharp. That's pretty good job. So,
I don't know if this is the funniest story, but it's the best I could come up with. So we, the senior group after Chick-fil-A, we would go to Albertsons every week. And so one day we're in Albertsons, it's like right after Easter or something, because I was buying Peeps 50% off. And I was getting my Peeps and I hear noises coming from the aisle all the way at the end. So I walked down there and everybody had made a throne out of like toilet paper and paper towels. And everyone was standing in a circle spinning a deodorant bottle to see who sits in said throne. And so I joined. So I go and I sit in the throne. And the game that they were playing was you get handed an object, and if you can guess what the object is, you get to throw it at Eli. And so I get handed a bag of frozen peas, which I feel like is, like, you can figure out what that is pretty easily. So I guessed it, and I'm standing up, I'm in position to throw it, and an employee comes up behind me and says, "Y'all need to leave." And so we get up, and we leave, and I didn't get my Peeps, so, yeah.
Did you put the peas back?
What?
Did you put the peas back?
We did, we did.
It was really scary because Ryan like booked it to the back to like walk away from them, and then the employee walked in and goes, "Are you with the big group?"
Hi. I have only been here for about a year. I started here like right as my junior year ended, so I don't have a lot of like fun, like the best stories because I haven't been here that long. But my favorite thing was TJ was just talking about the Nerf battle that y'all are about to do, and it was like just when I started coming here, my mom and dad were like, you have to go meet people and make friends. And I was like, okay. And so I went, and I didn't really like talk to anyone. I didn't have a gun. I had like maybe 5 bullets in my hand, and I hid over there in the corner behind like wood. And I just laid there for like an hour. And then I got up, they were like ending, and I was like, yes, I can win this. And so I run, and I throw a bullet at someone, and then I trip over my own feet, and I fall. And I ended up throwing the bullet at the wrong person, because that person was already out, and so I just ended up throwing a bullet at someone random, embarrassing myself, and then falling. But I got second place.
All right, something about me, I literally have the memory of a goldfish. I don't remember what happened this year, so, but I do know that this group makes me laugh every single time I'm with them, and I'm just cackling all the time. So, yeah, that's my funny-ish story. Am I holding it?
just in front of your mouth, yeah.
Okay, so.
You're already drifting it. Yeah, in front, there you go. Help her out, Lacey.
So,
Awesome.
I have like 2 that are like kind of tied. So I'm a chronically bad driver, and people are like, how do you know God's real? It's because like, I don't know how I drive. I'm just kidding. But I am zooming to church one day, and I'm running late, and I'm pretty new at this church. And I swerve into a spot, and I thought I was clear, and I hit a car in the parking lot. And I walk in distress. And Danielle looks at me, she goes, "What's wrong, sweetie?" And I said, "I hit a car in the parking lot." And she goes, "Oh." And I can't remember if it was Eli or Ryan, but someone said, "Did you leave a note?" I said, "I always leave a note." And it was just really funny, because that just shows how often it happens. But then another one is, at kids camp this year, I'm a little bit of a jumpy person. And I walk into the chapel bathroom, and no one's in there. And I'm just a little scared already. I'm like, this is kind of spooky, but I'm gonna be a big girl, like I'm 18, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So I go in there, and see my shadow, which I really think is a person behind the door, like about to like get me good. So I was really scared, and so I screamed, but I think my scream may have echoed because I walked out of the bathroom, and TJ is standing up. He's like, Noelle? And then I walk in to like the lobby or whatever, and Eli's on the floor. Everyone's laughing hysterically at me, and I was really still scared. I was still recovering, but yeah.
We thought she died.
I'm not sure. Because some of y'all are going, like, okay, so she yelled. No, she didn't yell. You haven't heard a scream in a horror movie as loud and as impressive as what Noelle let out. So yes, I went running and, all that stuff, but Noelle's good, so we're good.
Also, Noelle didn't mention that she hit Alan Branch's car.
Hey guys, he told me not to worry about it, and I was like, you want my insurance? And he was like, no, sweetie, it's really fine. And I was like, no, do you want my insurance? He goes, I'm a police officer. Like, I'm not gonna count this as a hit and run.
I'm gonna say mine is more of just like people were playing in the parking lot of Albertsons, and Kylie was on the top of my car reciting Pen Pineapple Apple Pin, and I have a video, but it was my old car, not my new one, so I don't really care. So that's my story.
Awesome. Okay, we have to move just a hair faster, guys, but this is really, really great. And by the way, clearly, I don't know if y'all know this or not, I always make friends with the manager of Chick-fil-A because we're there all the time just in case things get a little out of hand and try to take. Clearly, I need to go become friends with the Albertsons people now too. So thanks for that. That's awesome. Tell us your favorite youth group memory.
My favorite is when we went to Seattle, and we went to the airport at like 6 or 7 o'clock. Maybe it was before that, and we had to return the van. So we were in the airport until like 1 o'clock. We had nothing to do, so we just played hide and seek, and it was really fun. And we all like added each other on Live 360 so we could see where we were, and we could like go on the they're not the trams between terminals, but then we also had to stop going through like one specific terminal because it was taking so long. But I had a lot of fun.
My favorite youth group memory is just like after Chick-fil-A every Wednesday night, most of like seniors and some juniors would play volleyball in the Albertsons parking lot, and it was just really, really fun and sweet.
My favorite memory, I do have a memory this time. Playing volleyball in the rain at youth camp, and every single time Lacey would go to serve, everybody would say, "Secret weapon," and she'd step up.
Mine, it's from the Nerf War, because that was one of my just favorite things, and it was also just like a good introduction to coming here and how fun it is, like being in this youth group. So a lot of my favorite memories are from that. Bless you. Again, I'm not the most coordinated person, obviously, as you heard from my last story. We had tables up in the middle. And I remember that, like, I think it was whenever we had boys on one side and girls on one side. So it was real competitive there. And so I dragged like 3 or 4 chairs underneath the side of the table, and I laid there underneath the table because they weren't allowed to cross across like the middle line. And I remember that they were like, everyone was like, where? They were trying to shoot, and then TJ comes up behind me and like takes a photo of me laying down like this, with all the guys with the guns looking over the table. And I'm like, I got this. I'm doing great. And then like this girl comes over, she starts begging me. She's like, please, I want to win. Please move, go. I want to get on the thing. And I'm like, what? I was like, it's not that serious. And she was like, please, I need to get on the thing. Please, I need to get up there. I don't want to die. I was like, oh my gosh, it's not that serious. And I remember I felt so horrible because I was like, I didn't know what to do, so I just laid there, and she was like, okay. I was like, oh no.
It was really difficult for me to pick like a specific favorite memory just because I haven't been here very long, but also I have so many favorite memories even though I've been here for a year because this group is just so special. But I think that my favorite thing was just youth camp. The whole week was just so much fun, and it was so nice to get to spend time with all of these guys, and just for the purpose of worshiping God with every second of our day. So it was just so special.
My favorite is also freshman year kids camp, but it was about a year after the Lord had called me to ministry, and I hadn't fully accepted it yet. Like, I was getting there, but I hadn't fully surrendered to the idea of it because I was really scared I was gonna mess up. And we walk the worship center before worship starts every night after dinner, like all the youth leaders do. So we're walking and I'm praying and I'm like, Lord, like, I know this is what you're telling me, but like maybe you're gonna take it away still. So like, can you make it a little bit more obvious? Like possibly maybe just like a little bit. And so worship starts, we're doing the whole thing, and we're singing something. Low-key don't remember what it is, no biggie. But Brandon was like, okay, we went on the lines where he was like, first, like it was like, I think it was the bridge of the chorus or something, and he had all of the leaders like stop singing, like all the adults stop singing, and then he had all the youth stop singing, so then the entire like worship center was just filled with like just children singing. Like I'm pretty sure Brandon even cut out. And I started bawling. And what's funny is, again, Ranger John's right next to me because of just the group I was with, and he looks at me and he was like, it's pretty cool, right? And I was like, yeah, I love it, it's really cool. And I'm like uncontrollably sobbing. And then I was like, well, thanks Jesus, appreciate it. And that's just one of my favorite memories because it was just so cool to hear all of those voices just completely lifted up. And that was just really awesome.
My favorite memory, also from kids camp, all of the senior guys and junior guys, we usually get paired together. And the past, I'd say 3 years, every morning we get up before the kids and we go like on a walk and we get to just pray for our groups. And it's really nice just as a group of guys, we get to pray with our kids and lead our kids. And I just find it super special because the kids mean so much to us. And that's like the purpose of why we're there, is just bless these kids and show these kids how much Jesus means to them and how much he loves them. And so it's just really cool getting to pray for our groups every morning on our own before we start the day.
So I don't really have a favorite memory. I'm not the guy who picks favorites. I'm usually biased. Really, yeah, I don't have anything to say for this.
Remember we talked last night about Miriam and Moses, right?
Oh yeah, sure. I guess some of the favorite thing is just watching people's reaction, oh my gosh, it's so cool, and please take this snake away from me. Every night when I bring movie nights, I share my snake with pretty much everyone. Okay, if you have held Moses or Miriam, go ahead and raise your hands, just so everyone knows. Yeah.
A bunch of them.
Yeah, take advice from them, I promise. Neither of them bite. One time.
My favorite youth group memory is my first Sunday at Lake Church. And I remember coming, and I was like, I didn't know what to do. I was sitting in here, and then all the guys like that I found out were seniors walk off. I'm like, oh, I guess I gotta follow them. And then I see Ryan, I recognize him from a friend's birthday. And we go in that area, it's my sophomore year, it's a Sunday school class. And we walk over, and there's just nobody there, and we sit there for like a minute. I'm like, what's supposed to happen right now? And then they're like, oh, I guess our leaders aren't here. I was like, what do you mean? They're like, let's go to Waterburg. I'm like, Waterburg? Like the restaurant? They're like, you want to go now? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, oh, this is great. And so we head to Waterbury, and now these like guys are some of my closest friends, and it resulted from me keeping coming, from having a good experience. We did do the lesson. I should clarify, we did do the lesson. The lesson was great, but so was Waterbury.
My favorite memory is kind of like the accumulation of like all the service days and work days I've ever done. I remember when I was in 7th grade, we redid all the carpet downstairs in like TJ's office in that area, and so it was really just because it was hard work. Like we had to like scrape the glue off the floor, but just getting to know the people that you were like working with, and just of all different ages and grades, and that was just really fun for me. It's a good introduction.
My favorite memory comes different viewpoints, but last year at kids camp, I love worship, and so it was the last time getting to look around and see my best friends like truly pouring their heart out to Jesus. It's just such a special memory to me because it's just awesome. As getting to see the vulnerability is something that's special. It doesn't come around all the time, and so something sticks with me. And then also on a senior Sunday, whenever I was on stage leading, getting to look down and seeing again like all of my best friends like pouring their heart out to Jesus was special. And then another favorite happened really recently at Kids Camp this year. We did an impromptu Humpty Dump while we were waiting for a picture to get taken, and that was awesome.
One is all of the campfire nights we do at Melvin's house. Those are always a really sweet time because we get to just sing around the campfire, and it's just like this year is Eli just playing guitar and we all just sang, and that's definitely something you should always go to. My other one is when we bought a ping pong table for the youth lounge. We went to lunch after church. We were sitting in a Chili's, and I was like, this would be cool to have. So I bought it off of Walmart, and then I was like, wait, I need to check. So I called TJ, I think after I bought it, and I was like, hey, can I put this in here? Luckily you said yes. But we just came up, it wasn't like crazy late at night, but it was like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and we just spent like 3 hours building it, and that was a really fun time.
My favorite memory was on the mission trip to Brooklyn. We were on a basketball court. We were, spreading the word. We had like a basketball camp while giving the word kind of like upward here. It was just like, it started raining and all the kids, like they didn't care. They're just working and playing basketball, and we're just serving them. It was just Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. It was awesome. And then after that, like we're all tired, but then it's New York, everything's walkable. So then we walked 30 minutes to this place called Luigi's. That is the greatest pizza I've ever had. It is so good. And it just made everything so much better. It's like we took care of God's children, and then he took care of us with that pizza. It was so good.
That's how that works. Do you remember, for starters, show them how big those slices were at Luigi's?
There's no CC's. Like it's
They're big slices. Yeah. And then, Colin, how many of those slices did you eat that night?
I think I had like 2 whole pizzas.
Yeah, he's not joking, but it really is pretty amazing pizza, so that's fun. Okay, tell us something that you learned from one of our volunteers. We have an amazing volunteer.
Yes, sir. So I'm gonna go to the 10th grade class with Mr. Fowler and Mr. Smith. I mean, they're so cool. We called Mr. Smith Mr. Smitty. Just like, that's how cool he is. Look at him over there. That may have just been me and Harrison, but that's what we called him. But the whole theme of that class was more man than child. It was really learning to, start making your faith your own, make it on your own. We'd go through the lesson and we wouldn't stick directly to it. If we interpreted something and we wanted to go chase that and learn more about that, they let us do that, and we just followed it. And we really, we made that experience our own and made our own relationships with the Lord and really built this community. So it was really great. So thank you.
I'm gonna have to go with one of the 3 things we've been learning this year. Miss Allison tells us pretty much every week, and that's get into God's Word so it can get into you. I think it's really important to actually get into the Bible and understand the Bible and read it yourself. Because the more you read it, the more you know it, and it's just so much easier to share your faith or talk about things just when you already have that knowledge inside of you.
I'm gonna have to go with Janet Martin, and it wasn't like anything she said specifically, but just the way that she serves. She's at a bunch of the different youth things serving, and she goes to a bunch of different kids ministry things and helps serve there. She opens her house up to us and lets us go on her boat, the lake that they're on and stuff like that. Just continuously serving and getting to see that. And she's the one that, I don't want to say forced, but kind of forced me into playing guitar. I think it's 7th or 8th grade year for Hanging of the Green, and that kind of got me into serving in the youth. And so all the service does is taught me a lot.
I'm also going to go with our sophomore class because definitely, we talk about being more man than child, but also just you're never too young to be a good leader for your peers, for people that are older and younger than you. So just what you do matters, especially as you start to get older and then eventually you graduate. So just knowing, and also knowing that you don't have to be an extravagant leader. You can just be there for people. You can do behind the scenes work, and it's fulfilling.
One of the most important things I learned was from my senior connection group. And that's about walking your faith out in all areas of life, and not just in church or not just in school, like genuinely, as we're all about to go to, well, most of us are about to go to college, and some of us are going to go in the workforce and wherever other areas of life. I mean, we got to learn to let our light shine. I mean, Matthew 5:16, let our light shine before others, that they may see our good works and glorify our Father in heaven. And I know our connection group went through the book of Daniel, and I know the king put a ban on praying to anybody but him. And Daniel prayed 3 times a day to the one God. And his 3 friends, they looked at that and they took his courage and applied it themselves. And so I hope to do the same.
I think for me, I mean, truly, I've had a lot of teachers all my life, and truly I say this, I thank you all very much for everything y'all taught me, because I really wish I could just say one thing, but for Miss Allison, one of the other things she's told us is to find, have, and get deep biblical community before you need it. And that means a lot to me, because for part of my time, I chose to isolate myself. For some reason, I just felt disconnected from my guys and just about everyone else. I'm not the most open person in the world. I'm not Jesus, duh. But just like, that didn't truly like hit me until I did something where I finally forgave myself. Because that's something I couldn't do for the last 6 years. But I am just truly thankful for my teachers, and I'm just thankful for these guys who really didn't give up on me. They're probably like the most real friends I've ever had all my life. So really just thank you.
Mine is also from Miss Allison. They said the first 2 things. The third thing is to deal realistically with sin. And at kids camp, TJ gave the 5th and 6th grade groups some extra verses to read on the last day. And it was, one of them was James 1:22-25. And I just got to share Miss Allison's teachings and how much they've connected with all of us this past year. And how every Bible story, like you have the specifics of, you know, there's examples of here and here, but every Bible story, you can grab those 3 things from it, and that has really just helped me go throughout this year. So thank you, Miss Allison.
Mine is Julia Smith. We had her freshman year, and she has just completely impacted my life all throughout high school, and she'll be with me at DVU too. She is always the first person to like send a text of encouragement or check in, or she knows everything that's going on all the time. She's very deeply rooted into what we're doing in our lives, even years after being out of her connection group. So yeah, she just told me that community matters. I saw her at my orientation at DVU. She showed up, made sure that I knew that no matter what, I still had her community even after being out of her connection group, and I'm very excited to have her by my side.
Mine is also Miss Allison. I think that my second week coming on Sunday, we were in 1 Samuel, I believe, and we were talking about comparison. And Miss Allison said comparison is the thief of joy, which is something that I've heard my whole life, and I've always just thought, well, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, just stop comparing myself? And comparison comes in so many different forms. Like, I can think that I'm better than someone, and that's comparing myself, or think that I'm not good enough. And I always just thought, well, what am I supposed to do with that? Like, just stop comparing myself, how? And what Miss Allison also said is that gratitude is the antidote. And she told us that a good way to practice that is by journaling gratitude. And so that's something that I started doing that night. I went to work that night, and I went into work thinking, I hate my job, I don't want to be here. And then I got home and I wrote down what I was grateful for, and I just realized how good my life is, like how good I have it, how grateful I am that I get to work, and how grateful I am that I get to go to church and spend time with these people. And it just really changed my life, because I went from someone who just complains about everything to someone who looks at her life with gratitude. So that's mine.
I don't really have like anything very specific, but where I went before here, the church was great, but the entire group, including me, really struggled to be vulnerable and open, especially during since we do like prayer and praises, either at the beginning or the end of our like group meeting. And being here and seeing all the other students and the leaders be open and vulnerable and honest, especially during those moments, helped me like understand that nobody's gonna be judging you. No one, like everyone is on your side and cares about you, even if like you don't know them that well. Because you think the same thing about them. You're like, okay, I care about you. But as soon as everyone else is, like, you're sharing something, you're like, oh, why did I do this? And, like, they all think I'm a weirdo. No. It's just really hard. It was really hard for me to grasp that it was okay to be honest and open and just say whatever was bothering me at the time instead of being like, oh, it's fine.
One thing that Miss Allison and Miss Danielle taught me is where my worth is found. I always like put myself into work or to school or and I just realized that, oh, my worth is found in Christ.
Yes. Miss Allison taught us that we need to find biblical community before you need biblical community. And that is just so true. Like, I've only been here for a short bit of time, but like this has become my biblical community. And like you're gonna meet, I'm gonna add to your thing, Miss Allison. You're gonna meet a lot of people and you're gonna have a lot of opportunities to do other things but really like honestly like being here with this biblical community, like take advantage of it, like serve and make friends and go to everything. Like it's really worth it, and like make deep connections. Like the person sitting next to you could be your best friend forever. So
I'm gonna say mine is also from Allison. It's deal with sin ruthlessly. The enemy wants to steal, kill, and destroy, and he wants you to be alone and think that nobody else has gone through what you're going through. But when you open up and you have deep biblical community, you're able to like connect in a way that like I've never connected before with people. So
Very cool. All right, last question. You got a whole brand new batch of Sevies staring at you right now. What would you want them to know as they start their youth group journey as you guys are finishing yours?
mine's a little silly. I'm just gonna say listen to TJ and be quiet when he tells you to, because he's not gonna yell. He's just gonna kind of just stand there and stare at you. It's a little awkward. So just be quiet and don't talk during his sermons, because what he says is what you really need to hear.
Okay. So you're about to have a lot of opportunities, and like a new chapter in life is beginning, and life can be so hard, and you're gonna face a lot of challenges, but life can also be so beautiful. So like just like remember to pray when it's hardest to pray. Thank God for little and big things. Trust God even when you can't understand what he's doing. His plans are always greater than your own. Stay humble. Stay humble. I mean, like, for real. And then stay rooted in God's word. Choose kindness. And then smile often. Everyone always tells me I smile too much. And I think that's a little rude. Because, I mean, it brings yourself joy, but it also brings other people joy. So just always smile. And remember that, like, the world will not fulfill you, and Jesus will. And he is enough. He is your peace, your hope, your strength, and your home.
Hi, y'all. I'm just gonna tell y'all to be involved. It's so easy, like stay home and go to sleep, and that's easy for me to do. But it really benefited me to come to all the things and make all the friends.
Hello again. I'm back. I'm going to be like, I've been saying some really silly things, but I'm going to be like really serious for a second. I only started here like a year ago, and I deeply regret not coming to more things. It was, at first, I was coming to like a whole ton of stuff, and it was great, and I made some good friends, but I think as I went on, I got busy with the school year. Don't let yourself get busy enough that you're going to miss church events and all that kind of stuff, because it's really important. Like, these people, I love them, but I don't know them as well as I would like to. And I genuinely do regret not talking to them more often. And it's hard for me to open up and go talk to people and make friends. Like, being up here is terrifying. And just talking like this. But yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but you don't need to let like no matter what's going on, you should try your best to come to a church event, come to the midweek, all that kind of stuff. I never came to a single midweek, and again, I am kind of sad that I didn't.
Mine is more life advice instead of youth group advice, but just talk to everybody and be kind to everybody, and just like, you're never gonna regret saying something nice to someone, and you're never gonna regret talking to someone in a kind way, no matter the situation, and just, you're never gonna know who's gonna be one of your closest friends, because I recently have just started talking to people, and I've made friends. Like, I have a really close friend who's like a 50-year-old man. Like, just talk to everybody, and you never know who's going to be a great person for you, a great mentor, a great best friend. Like, just talk to everyone and always be kind.
Over the past, like, forever, every senior class has said to, like, get close before your senior year, because it's really awkward when you all have to sit in a room together every Sunday. And we are the result of what happens when you get close before your senior year, and I love that. So with that, I would say application is like the best thing that I can preach to you guys. Everything that you hear, everything that you're taught, every piece of advice you're given, apply it a lot sooner. As soon as you hear it, start thinking about it, start meditating on it, and start actually doing it, especially if it's something based on scripture. Because if you were to wait and you've heard that every single year and you decide to not do things, you decide to not deal ruthlessly with sin, you decide to not get biblical community, you decide to not be close with your grade level, it's going to be a lot harder the older that you get, because the older that you get, the more stubborn you get, and the more that your heart hardens. And so, yeah. So I would say just continuously use application on everything that you're taught, and serve others and serve well.
Okay, guys, we got to go speed round, all right?
I'd say hang out outside of church. You'll have some of your most fun experiences either outside of just a building, or if you come on your own. Y'all, as a grade, as boys, girls, y'all have so much fun. Your friends will grow together. It will be so much better, because high school's rough, middle school's rough, but these people around you are solid people, so get to know them well.
Golly, there's so much that I know I could tell literally everyone here, but really just don't isolate yourself as I did, because believe me, it took a good portion of my life away. Really just, even if you guys have nothing in common, just remember what it is you do believe in. And even if that's the one thing y'all have, just remember that at the end of it all, we're all gonna be together anyway.
It sounds like something an English teacher would say now that I'm thinking about it in my head. But be curious and be spontaneous, because, you can ask these guys. Half the stuff we do isn't planned. More than half the stuff is spontaneous, and that's a good thing. I'm serious. If you act like you know everything and you're not curious and you don't ask questions, and you're going to hear a TJ sermon and you're going to hear a connection group's conversation, you're just going to tune out. You're not going to be able to really learn. I've learned a lot about these guys by just on a random day showing up, and sometimes I don't tell them. And we just go and go hang out, and I get to get closer to them. I go ask TJ questions all the time. I'll shoot them in connection groups. Ask more questions. It's a lot better way to live.
My advice is there's gonna be a lot of opportunities, like a lot of things that you're gonna be able to do in youth group, and I just take advantage of all of them. I know probably one of the biggest ones is hanging of the green, and not everyone likes to do that. It's not always the best experience for everyone, but still do it even if you don't want to, even if your parents are making you do it, just because it is a really fun opportunity. You get to know people really well, and so yeah, just even those things that seem maybe not cool if you're doing them, it's cool to do them. And also for everyone else, what Lacey said, do not talk when TJ's talking. It has been a really big problem this year, especially just during midweek and everything, so just shut your mouth.
All right. I'd say be vulnerable with each other and dig in. I see the connections a lot of y'all already have with each other, and those are amazing. As you get older, the things are going to get a lot more real, get a lot harder, and you're going to need people to go to. So be able to go to your church family. It's a good thing, and tell each other those things. It might seem awkward at first to tell someone about something hard that's going on in your life, but it's something I've never regretted doing, especially as guys. being vulnerable is really, really, really hard because you want to think I have it all. Like that pride kicks in, ego kicks in, but don't let it be that way. Really dig in with each other, and y'all have a great time.
I would definitely say ask as many questions as you can. I don't think you're ever going to be in an environment where you have so many people that are willing to talk to you or help you out through whatever you're doing, as you do here. So whether that's just you're reading the Bible and you don't understand something, you can ask them, or if it's questions about your faith and if you have like doubts in God or anything like that, it can be big or small. There are so many people that want to talk to you and want to help you out with that, so just don't be afraid to ask those questions.
My advice is create small habits before you create the big habits. Like you gotta start small. A lot of this stuff can be daunting, or after y'all just went kids camp, like you're on the Jesus high. It's like waking up at 3 a.m. like I want to get healthier. I'm gonna do 20 push-ups and keep doing that. Like that's not how it works. Create the small habits. If it's just writing one word in your journal every day, and then build up. That's my advice.
Pretty cool. Good job, guys. I'll read you something. We're going to pray. I thank my God in all of my remembrances of you, always in every prayer of mine for you, all making my prayer with joy. Because of your partnership in the gospel from the first day until now. I'm sure of this, that he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ. And it's right for me to feel this way about you, because I hold you in my heart for all the partakers with me in grace. Because I love you very, very much. We all love you very, very much. And we're incredibly grateful for not only the stories you shared, but all the memories you helped us make. So here's our tradition. If you didn't know, we're going to surround these incredible human beings and we're going to pray over them. So you can stand in front of them or behind them on the stage or wherever.